Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here, and welcome to Marvel Age with MFT. I recently found a huge stack of Marvel Age within my collection, so I thought it would be fun to do like a little thematic theme and randomly select Marvel Age issues that I haven't looked at in forever, and then we will open them and flip through them together and make comments and observations about whatever was happening in the world in this time. I did pick this issue, number 67, the Wet and Wild issue, with this gorgeous Jim Lee cover because it is Hush Week. Hush 2 comes out this week with the return of Jim Lee to Interior Comics, and everyone is so excited. Everyone's buzzing. It's been I think 15 years or more since Hush, so we're getting a sequel from Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb. He's going to be at Golden Apple Comics in Los Angeles this week. I'm going to try to sneak by. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. I imagine the crowd will be huge, but whatever. So I've been a Jim Lee fan since pretty much day one. I remember reading him on Alpha Flight. Yes, if you didn't know, Jim Lee got his start on Marvel's Alpha Flight. He developed his style very quickly. He came out very strong with a lot of potential and promise. Very kind of traditional Marvel superhero style. He would move on to Punisher War Journal with editor Carl Potts, who was also acting as kind of a finisher and inker. He's an artist himself. If you know, you know. He had a lot to do with Marvel fanfare back in the day, and he's an amazing artist. I used to have this gorgeous X-Men Women poster by him hanging on my bedroom wall. Once again, if you know, you know. But I'm sorry, we are going to flip through this. So anyway, I really feel like working with Carl Potts really helped him develop his style and, kind of turn him into the great style that led to his, legendary run on X-Men and made him his style developed into what became like the standard style for comics and persists to this day. So I was a huge fan of this era. I think this looks like it might have been inked by Carl Potts for sure. Cover. I don't know. It doesn't say, and it is just signed by Jim Lee. But, I don't know. Like I said, he was definitely coming into his own. Love this Thor coming attractions. Okay, Silas Krupp's section. Jim Salicrup was the editor of Marvel Age. So he would open the page, sort of like Stan's soapbox here from 1988. Can you believe that, y'all? And notice the 50-cent cover. Marvel Age was like the fan magazine, had all the previews and stuff. I wish that they would still do this. They had a lot of great pencil previews, preview from Excalibur. Remember how great Excalibur was when it first came out? It would have like a back cover by Alan Davis, and I think that was one of the back covers. So gorgeous. So this glimpse in 1988, what is happening here? G.I. Joe, Heathcliff, G.I. Joe Special Missions, Power Pack number 41, Web of Spider-Man 44, Strike Force, Moratori, What the, Conan the King, Tales of G.I. Joe, Wolverine, New Mutants, Gru the Wanderer, Amazing Spider-Man, Alf, Solo Avengers, Captain America, Spectacular Spider-Man, Martial Law. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Something old, something new, something gray, something blue. This has to be Bob Layton's inks. Totally love that. New Universe is still kicking. Can you believe that? This is such a window in time. This is so much fun to kind of stroll back through memory lane. Bullwinkle and Rocky from the Star Comics line. It just goes to show like how Marvel has had different licenses. You see G.I. Joe here at the time. You see all these weird properties like Heathcliff and whatnot. Speedball from Steve Ditko. Fantastic Four, of course, X Factor. Isn't it so interesting? Steve Ditko doing what? On Marvel Comics Presents. Great anthology. I have a bunch of those too. I think I will do cover some of those, but I didn't want to do broken up stories, and a lot of them are really broken up, so I'm working on it. Incal, Wolverine Unleashed. Is this a preview to his solo series? How crazy is that? The Mutant Report Extra. I love this. This is just so much fun. This is what's kind of missing from comics now. I mean, I suppose you have this online instead, but it's so like known to be toxic online and too much like, you know, interaction, I guess. And this just is sort of like Marvel telling you what's up, sharing interviews with the writers and the artists and the creative teams, showing you previews, showing you what's coming, you know, and like making you feel fun and part of the club, whatever. Here comes Stan's soapbox. The Champions, Marvel flashback on the Champions. Um, any Champions fans? I feel like that's as much as I love team books and as much as I would have loved this lineup. I feel like I liked the random issue of Champion I might have found in my brother's collection when we were young against the Sentinels. How cool is that? I love that. But I don't know. I was never like a diehard Champions fan. I mean, they're almost like the poor man's Defenders. And I mean, the poor man's Defenders is like a low blow, like on levels that are so deep I can't even begin to scratch the surface. Speaking of scratching the surface, look at this non-surface dweller, Prince Namor on the Fred Hembeck show. I love this. Fred Hembeck. How can you not love Fred Hembeck? He has such a history of Marvel, very consistently throughout Marvel Age and what the, you know, bringing the humor slant to superheroes only the way Fred Hembeck can, and for him to have like a late night talk show interviewing superheroes and within the pages of Marvel Age is so genius, right? Wasn't there supposed to be an omnibus of this Marvel Age? Did it not come out? I was kind of like trying to plan it for the release of that, but I don't know. Sometimes you sit on these things and you miss them. It probably came and went and I didn't realize it, but I don't know. If not, I think they should do it. I mean, fun, right? I don't know who would take the time to read all of this, but it is such a great like chunk of history, and you get so much and so many deep cuts that you're not gonna find like on the internet because this is all pre-internet. So some of it only exists within these pages. So it would be great to see them like in an omnibus. Look at how crazy this adaptation of Willow. Like I was never on the Willow tip. Is that one of your favorite movies? I'm like, I not so much for me. I don't know why it didn't, as much as that genre was appealing to me at the time, something was very off-putting about Willow to me for some reason. I don't know. I mean, Jordowski and Mobius, the Incal, it's so crazy. Like, the history of Marvel Comics is alive and well within these pages. So I think Marvel Age with MFT randomly going through a book is kind of a fun experiment. Hopefully I'll get better at it, but it was fun nonetheless. The Marvel Age in the 1977. See, that's what I loved about this too, is like, it was very, you know, much made for the fans. You know, it's telling you what's coming, what's good, what you don't want to miss out on, giving you some inside back information on what's to come, but also a reverence for the past, a history of the Marvel Comics. And I love that. And of course, a letters page, an ad for the great hardcover graphic novel of Silver Surfer by Stanley and John Buscema. When Jeff Purvis was on the Hulk, it was amazing. I instantly recognized John Buscema and Tom Palmer's She-Hulk from Avengers there. Such a great moment in time, blast from the past. Love that cover. Oh my god, that's so amazing. What a great use of negative space there. And of course, that beautiful Art Adams cover when he was killing it on all the X-Men annuals. Love this West Coast Avengers annual cover with an homage to X-Men 101 by Dave Cockrum, which was probably an homage to something else at the time. Decry homages as you want, but they're almost as old as comic books themselves. So, yay, MFT does Marvel Age randomly, issue 67 from 1988, with this smashing Jim Lee cover. We didn't even really talk about Jim Lee, so I don't know, maybe he just did the cover, but just the same, Hush 2 is out this week. It's kind of an exciting time for comics, so I hope you're all feeling as good about them as I am. You know, there are questions with Diamond distribution and stuff, but comics persist, and they always will, and I will always continue to support them and bring you good stuff like this. So you support me and subscribe and share and hit like and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.